is enough said.
Happy Monday, Heat Nation. Your boy Ernest here. Back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Hope you had a great weekend, starting your Monday right. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and please join me as we go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. And before we get started in today's episode, you guys, I just want to say a little thing. I always tell you guys to live with a glass half full mindset, stay positive, and I need to practice what I preach, to be honest, you guys, because yesterday was a tough day for the family and I. I was traveling, wrestling on Saturday. You guys know I do my thing, but we got some unfortunate news yesterday. Our family dog, Candy, passed away yesterday. It was actually my mom's dog, but she's been in our family for 15 years, lived with me at a little bit of time. My daughters really love her. So, we had to deal with that situation yesterday, you guys. So, there's times where I want to jump on here. I want to give you guys an episode, but family comes first. That's always the most important. So I just had to be with them yesterday. But it's just a reminder, you guys, even though it's a family dog, I personally believe that animals are very important. They keep us going. They keep us, embracing life. So Candy, we love you. Rest in peace. And, guys, call your loved ones. If you have animals, treat them good. Love them. Love your family, man. Call them, tell them you love them, because you never know when that time's going to end, because that just happened out of nowhere, guys. But, let's move forward. Let's get on with another Miami Heat Talk adventure, because I got a couple things I want to talk about. I know I posted a short about it earlier today, but, man, yesterday was tough. Heat lose to the LA Lakers 130-120. The Miami Heat go 3-3. After that really hot 3-1 start, we were really excited, you guys, and I think the Miami Heat were brought back to reality yesterday. Now, I'm not going to make excuses. I know there was no Tyler Hero. I know there was no Norman Powell. I know Kasparis Jonas isn't playing, but the Heat could have won this game. The Heat pretty much stayed behind the entire game. We had a nice little third quarter. We had a nice little spurts, but the Lakers just held us down. And, obviously, their superstar over there, Luka Doncic, gives you a triple-double, 29 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. But Jake LaRavia, 25 points off the bench. Austin Reeves knocks down 26, and they were just playing ahead the entire game. But even though we lose, you guys, I always try to find the positive. You got 31 points from Jaime Jaquez, continuing his Sixth Man of the Year Most Improved Player campaign. Also gives you 8 rebounds, 4 assists. You get 17 points from Pallel Larson, playing his role solid with Norman Powell being out. Pallel Larson showing that he's fighting for a spot. You also get 17 points from Bam Adebayo, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 for 5 for 3. Bam's got to chill with that. You also get 15 points, 9 rebounds from Andrew Wiggins, an incredible block on Bronny James. Khalil Ware only plays 12 minutes, but gives you 7 points and 4 rebounds. Spo decided to play small in the second half, and I get it. It was just Jackson Hayes out there. Lakers were playing small, so Spo was trying to match up and do something different. But this is a bummer, you guys. You really wanted that win yesterday. You got a game against the Clippers today. Then you got another game against the Denver Nuggets, which is ending this West Coast road trip. You got to get a win today against the Clippers. You got to get that win. And I do believe that Norman Powell is going to be playing tonight. It's the second game of a back-to-back. So I think the Heat were saving him for this game. And also he's playing against his old team. So I think the Heat can come out and get a win tonight. Go 4-3. You got the Denver Nuggets. And that's usually a loss in these West Coast trips, because by that time the Heat are gassed. But you never know that he can actually pull something off. But you got to get at least one of these next 2 games. It's very important. If you can leave this West Coast road trip going 4-4, you get Tyler coming back soon, and this Heat can keep momentum. What have I been saying since the beginning of the season? As long as the Heat can stay 500, by the time that Tyler gets back, we're going to go on a run. But here's the next thing that I want to talk about, you guys. And there's been something that's been really blowing up over the last couple of days. The potential of Ja Morant being traded. And why am I mentioning that is because the Miami Heat have been linked to Ja Morant since the offseason. Now, myself included, along with all of us, just look at these type of rumors since the offseason and think it's utter bullshit. Like, the Memphis Grizzlies love Ja Morant. He's their cornerstone, but he's been getting into a lot of trouble with the NBA lately. He's been doing a lot of boneheaded things lately. And he recently got suspended in his game against the Memphis Grizzlies. He caught a 1-game suspension because of conduct detrimental to the team. It was a post-game interview where they were asking him what went wrong in the game, and he just came saying, ask the coaches. And then he said after that, telling the coaches not to play him. And then it was reported by Shams Charania after the game that when they were in a team meeting, basically the coach, the first-year coach, was calling out John Morant. He got in his face, said things that were very disrespectful, which caused him to get suspended. When you look at the John Morant and Memphis Grizzlies situation, you guys, you see the Jimmy Butler Miami Heat situation last year. And it was also reported by Sharamnia that teams are monitoring John Morant's situation as Memphis' commitment appears to shift. Now, let me look up the Memphis Grizzlies record right now, you guys. Memphis Grizzlies are 3-4, so not that terrible, but still, this was a team a few years ago with championship aspirations, and now you're having a first-year coach butting heads with your superstar player. This is the same thing that happened with the Miami Heat last season. Now, why am I bringing up John Morant to the Miami Heat? Well, because this is something that's been spoke about since the offseason. There's been little flutters and little rumors, but like I mentioned, I didn't really believe it. Now, a couple weeks ago, I did post a video about the potential of John Morant coming to the Miami Heat. Would it be a good fit? Would it not be a good fit? I'm going to say there's positives and negatives to it. Now, if you're looking to trade John Morant, you have to understand that it's going to come with a price. And I really think that this Miami Heat team is good where they're at right now. Now, you look at John Morant. He has 3 more years left on his contract, this year included. He's making $39.4 million this year. So to trade for John Morant, you're going to have to make it a little bit interesting. You're going to have to give up, let's say, a Tyler Hero, maybe a cap filler, a young piece, somebody to get close, or you can do Tyler Hero, maybe a future first-round draft pick, throw in a young asset like a Keyshawn Johnson, or, like a cap filler. But the thing is, I don't know if that's the smartest thing to do. Now, like I said, there's positives and negatives to it. The positive is the rotation and the fit does seem right. Because when you look at this Miami Heat team, when Norman Powell is starting with Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, Kel'el Ware, and Davion Mitchell, it works. It works because Davion Mitchell is a true point guard. But then when you get Tyler Hero back, Tyler Hero is going to take that starting rotation. For people that think that Tyler Hero, when he comes back, is coming off the bench, you're fooling yourself. When Tyler comes back, he will be the starting point guard. He's not really known as a facilitator. So now you're going to have certain guys lead the offense like Tyler and Bam, with the ball in their hands, and they're not true point guards. If you trade for John Morant, who is a true point guard, that's his game. He's a true point guard. So far this season, he's averaging 21 points a game, 7 assists, shooting 40% from the field, 3.3 rebounds a game. But John Morant does bring you superstar quality. And I know there's going to be certain people in the comments that are going to say, oh, Ja is not playing to his normal superstar self that he was playing back in the 23-22 season. And yes, that's true. But when I look at Ja's situation, he's 26 years old, so he fits the age timeline with this team. And remember Jimmy Butler's situation last year with the Heat, you guys. He wasn't really giving it his all. But when he was traded and went to the Golden State Warriors, now he was motivated. Now, apparently, he got his joy back, and they went on that incredible run. And something like that could happen. With John Morant's situation, he's frustrated with Memphis, and a change of scenery could work. So you trade for John Morant, you bring him here, Ja playing next to Bam Adebayo, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Kel'el Ware. That's a scary starting 5. And now you have John Morant being a true point guard, allowing him to play his natural position. But he's also a scorer as well. But now you get to have Norman Powell playing off the ball. You can run this fast-paced offense better. You have Bam Adebayo and Kel'el Ware out there as his big bodies to catch the rebounds. Now, here's the thing. Ja's a head case. We've known this for years. Getting suspended for doing dumb shit like showing guns on IG, throwing gang signs on the court, throwing gun signs and grenade signs, and his dad is a nutcase as well. His dad causing drama on the basketball court. Let's not forget that you're trading a dude who's in Memphis right now, trading him to South Beach. With all this gang-related drama he has going on, do you really think bringing him down to Miami is the right answer? Also bringing his knucklehead father down here in Miami. Yes, we have an amazing culture. Yes, We can get somebody's mind right. But at the end of the day, you can't fix stupid. I'm not saying Ja Morant's a terrible player. I'm not saying he's a cancer, but I am saying that he does bring a lot of Jimmy Butler drama. And that's exactly what you got yourself away from last year. So to trade for a guy like that, giving up a Tyler Hero and maybe multiple future first round draft pick, is it really worth it? I don't think so. I love this Miami Heat team the way it is. I think we're good. I think we're building for something. I think we're building for the future. I think what we have right now is perfect. And I think when Tyler Hero comes back, Spo's going to be able to get this situation right. He's going to be able to find the right lineup. Because you know what? We may be 3-3, you guys, but look at these last two games. We lost to the Spurs. We lost to the Lakers. Spurs have Victor Wembanyama. The Lakers have Luka Doncic. These are two contending teams. And without Norman Powell and Tyler Hero, we took it to them. We almost beat the Spurs. And yeah, the Lakers were up on us by double digits a lot, but we kept fighting and clawing back. You have Norman Powell and Tyler Hero in those games, I think they go different. So Heat Nation, I want to hear from you. Do you think a Ja Morant trade to the Miami Heat is the answer? Or do you think it's a bad idea? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please don't forget to support the channel, guys. Smash that like button. Click the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for the continued support. Candy, rest in peace, girl. We love you. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that is enough said.